We seem to have a little bit of a problem there, don't we? I don't know what's happened there. The video stopped. For some strange reason, it stopped there. I have no idea why that stopped then. But that now seems to be, well, we're here. How strange and mysterious was that? There you are. You see, you always need someone to... I could have been out brushing my teeth at that point. Why did that stop? How strange. Very, very strange. Well, that means we haven't started properly, doesn't it? Just a moment, we have to look over it. Good morning. It's Thursday, the 30th of August 2018. Welcome to this morning's United Kingdom Talk, coming to you live from the Mirable studio here in Royal Berkshire in Bracknell, boys and girls. And some very awful people. We start the news with awful people today. And let's be honest, there's a lot of those around, darlings. Oh my God, you've only got to walk down the road here, not past the four wonderful neighbours that I've got, past, and then as soon as you get into the corner, ghastly people. Awful people everywhere, boys and girls. Awful. There's two this morning that attracted my my beady eye. Actually, there's more than two this morning that attracted my beady eye on the newspapers this morning. First of all, in the Sun, okay, there's a picture of two women on a train in Birmingham. Now, of course, I use the term, the word Birmingham should indicate to you almost immediately that there's going to be trouble. Not the best part of the world, Birmingham, I have to tell you. Well, it says a shocking video has emerged of passengers fighting. Wait for it. Passengers fighting on aboard a train in Birmingham late on Monday evening. Now, what was this over? What do you think, eh? The footage shows a man and a woman punching and stamping on two other passengers after an argument about a thrown sandwich. Someone's throwing sandwiches, dear. What a terrible waste of food. Don't they know there's starving people in other countries who would be glad of those sandwiches? Why are you throwing sandwiches at each other? A nearby commuter filmed the exchange, and you can see this if you want to. Actually, I'll tweet it. We must use the tweetings more often. Just a moment, please. One moment, please. Tweeting. That's good. If you want a row, go on Twitter. If you ever want a row, go on Twitter and be in opposition to someone else's post. They go mad. Oh, I love it. These people literally, I reckon they just literally sit, in their sad little bedrooms or somewhere like that, waiting. Tap, 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 tap. That's all they do. That's the Twitter thing. Now, don't get too involved in it. You can spend hours and hours scrolling through Twitters and not really doing any. Hours pass, literally. Not for me, because I don't do that. Now and again, I'll post a little tweet. There you go. I'll post it on Twitter. All right, my Twitter is Chris Reardon UK. Twitter.com/Chris Reardon UK. You'll be able to see the video there. Don't watch it while I'm doing the show. You can't miss any of this, dear. It says, a nearby commuter filmed the exchange, as I say, which is in the Sun, which I've just tweeted. The woman who starts the attack and two other passengers she accused of having food thrown at her. She says, you were sitting there like a P something Y. P-U something. I wonder what that is. You were sitting there like a P star. What would that be? I don't know what that is. P something Y. Because they've started. You were sitting there like a putty? A potty? I wonder what that means there. Going shush, shush. So you obviously threw the sandwich. It goes on. Now, as I said, I will punch you into next week so you can tell me what the weather's like. Listen, I will take off my wig right now and deal with both of you. The attacker then takes her wig off and launches into an assault of the person she had been arguing with. A hooded man also immediately starts punching one of the passengers, accused of throwing food, putting him in a headlock and wrestling him to the ground. This is all on the train in Birmingham, dear. Ghastly, awful people. The two victims of the brutal attack are repeatedly kicked and punched, while on the carriage floor before a computer who did not appear to be involved in the argument intervened. Oh, that's awful. Absolutely awful. A reference to Carney in the video. Carney in the video led to some people believe that the people involved in the attack were travelling home after the Notting Hill Carnival. So, I mean, and there's all the pictures and all that and video on The Sun, okay? I've tweeted it once again, twitter.com/Chris Whitten UK is where you'll see that. And that's not the only thing today in the papers. Also in your super sore away Sun. Look at this. Road rage. Shocking. Another shocking video. Oh, do you want me to tweet that as well? Oh, I'm doing all this work for... You've not got to buy a paper anymore. Just watch this show and I'll tweet it all for you. Hang on a minute. One moment, please. And tweeted now. I'm getting very good with this Twitter. Here we are. Shocking video. Shows two road rage women brawling in the street as one of their young sons begs them to stop. So there's a child watching this. A Jaguar, posh cars, a Jaguar driver and an Audi owner fall onto the floor as they grapple with the little lad there's a comma there, sorry. As they grapple with the little lad left screaming in the background. Awful people again. Look, the shocking scenes were filmed in Northampton at around 3 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon by a dad of one. It's been shared 400 times on Facebook. Oh, there's more viewers watching this programme. 400? That's a bit pathetic, isn't it? Mind you, there'll be more after they've seen it on this programme. It'll go into the tens of thousands, I'm telling you now. The numbers are just soaring for this. Soaring. Witnesses said the woman started brawling after the Jaguar slammed on its brakes in the middle of the road to confront the Audi behind. Oh, you should never do that. Never slam your brakes. Never get in front of someone who's pissed you off, right? And slam your brakes. Because you don't know the state of the mind of the person you've just slammed your brakes in front of. I tell you not. They could have a gun in that car. You don't know. Unlikely, I suppose, in this country. But they might have. Or a knife. They could have one of those zombie knives ready to drag you out of the car and cut your head off. Awful. The driver of the latter, that's the Audi, was heard accusing the other woman of cutting her up. Oh, you see, this is what you get with speeding. You should do like me. I drive at 50 mile an hour sometimes on that motorway, on the inside lane. All the cars pass me. Don't bother me. And you see them tearing past sometimes, let me tell you. All the motorways are the same. M4 is probably the worst one on a Saturday night. The racing, is there any police to be seen? No. They're waiting for me to go more than 1 mile an hour as I come round a corner at 30 mile an hour. You never see them on the never see them on the M4, the police. Never. I tell you that. A young boy can be seen trying to hold his mum back. I mean, imagine fighting in front of your teachers as the other says out loud, "I'm effing late." The boy can be heard saying, "Mum, please, come on, let's go." No, she had to make her point, didn't they? A man in the background shouts, "Get back in your car," before he wanders over to break up the row. Awful people. And there they are, there's a picture of them, and they look the sort. Do you know what I mean? They look the sort that would want a row in the street. Awful people. They really are. So two nice stories for you to start off with this morning. I bought a new gadget. I've got gadgets to show you. This is new. We were in Boots yesterday. Look at this. Antiviral hand foam. Now, I've tried this stuff before because I'm a bit funny with bacteria and things like that. This is a foam. Now, I've tried this stuff before. You know, when it's a gel and you're like that. And it makes my hands sticky. I don't like that. Do you? I don't like sticky hands. Do you? Horrible to have sticky hands. So you just put that on there and... rub your hands together there like that, and that seems to work nicely. It's a little bit sticky for about 10 seconds, and then they kind of dry up. So get rid of those viruses. That's what you want. From Boots the Chemist. 3 for the price of 2 at the moment. You can have one in every single house that you've got. Oh, you've only got one. Oh, well, that's how it is. Right, let's say hello to some of you this morning. First message of the day comes from the delightful Shania. Good morning, Shania, on the Isley of Widget. Isley of Widget. Good morning, Shania. Ray Reynolds is there. Morning, Ray. Diane Jeb. Good morning, Diane. Dukey Chrissy, baby. Good morning, Dukey. Carl Rex Monsoon. Have you moved yet, Mawson? Mr. Mawson? He's moving from London up to north, aren't you? David Vaughan, a very good morning to David. Ray Reynolds, Ilas. Is it Lias? I think it is Lias. Good morning to you. What am I doing? Talking. I hate to state the obvious. I'm talking. You may have noticed that already. All right. Andrew Charles is in Spain this morning. Good morrow. Good morrow. Holla. Holla in Spain. Is it still warm there? I do hope so. Jesse Macoombs, do a backflip. Oh, you must be joking. What, at my age? You must be joking. A backflap? I couldn't do it at school. I certainly can't do it now. Oh, I used to hate PE at school, didn't you? I absolutely hated PE at school. Especially trying to get over that horse. You know, that was not a real horse, incidentally. That thing that was in the middle of the gym. I hated that thing. I absolutely hated that. Good morning to Maureen, who's just texted into the show, watching us on a big television at home. Good morning, Maureen. If you want to text into the show, the phone number's up there, okay? 07551 259 675 is the text-in number. That's only if you can't tap on a computer, okay? Don't give you any priority or anything like that. 07, just for the people who can't watch on a computer. 07551 259 675 is the text-in number. Good morning to Andrean. Good morning. Who gets homesick leaving London. Got homesick years ago leaving London, didn't you? I'm gonna leave old London town. I know it should be Durham town, but I changed the words to suit the situation. Durham town. Gets homesick left London years ago. One of my favourite haunts I used to hang out was Central Station, where I played back in those early days of the 1990s. No, incorrect. You mean Black Cap. I didn't play at Central Station till about 2009. 2009, I was there for about a year, and then I'm there at the moment, and I've been there now for 3 years. I love it there, Central Station. So yeah, it's a Black Cap you know me from in the 1990s. Okay, that was my If you have like a career of some sort, in my case DJing, that was my best part, the 1990s when I was DJing and the music was nice. Not like now, is it? Not like with all that R&B and drill music. It's awful. Awful. Good morning to Alan Russell. Morning, Alan. Good morning to you, sir. Carl's last day at work at Saturday starts moving on Sunday. Wow. Moving Sunday and next Monday. Where are you going? Is it Northampton you're going to, Carl? I can't remember now. Hello to Kevin Webster. Welcome to the show, Kevin. Oh, yeah, I remember moving. I've only done it twice, really. Once, well, three. I don't really include. So I was married for a little while. I don't really consider that moving because you only have a suitcase of clothes, and we moved in with our mother. So that really wasn't like moving. I've only really moved twice. Once from my mother's to my flat in Wandsworth, which I did over a period of time. I bought this flat from the council in Wandsworth. 1987, I think it was. And then gradually I moved my stuff, so one day I took a few took this, and then one day I just took the bed, and once you've taken the bed, then you've got to go. Do you know what I mean? So I put the bed in and moved to Wandsworth. And then the only other time I moved was from Wandsworth to where I am here in Bracknell. That was a day, that was. Gosh, because you underestimate the time in which it would take you to move. I mean, you really do. And it's just, oh, God, I thought we'd all be in already, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we'll have a little sleep, and then we can go out. Oh, more like 9 o'clock at night, mate. Oh, that was a tiring day, that was. Oh, no, and then we moved when I was small from Peckham to Roehampton. That would be 1969, that. And I remember, I think my mum and dad did. We went to school as usual. And then I think my nan picked us up from school, and we ended up in Roehampton. which is in southwest London. I remember having a really bad headache that day for some reason. Morning to Joanna on YouTube. John Parrish, good morning. Happy Thursday from the sunny Philippines. I must remember you're in the Philippines and not Singapore. For some reason, I keep saying you're in Philippines, don't I? Very unprofessional. I don't know what happened with the start video this morning. It just simply stopped, didn't it? Hello to Weird City Citizen who thinks I should be renamed Chris Bearden because of this now. Chris Bearden. Do you like that? I do not talk anything like Jonathan Wass. I certainly don't. Certainly don't. Weird City Citizen is getting a bit slow with the jokes this morning, aren't you? Okay, fair enough. There we are. That's it. I'm down there. I'm back over here. Just a second, my darlings. I'm trying to keep up with your ear. Oh, where are we going? There we are. Ben. Good morning, Ben. Just finished a night shift, so briefly watching until you go to sleep. Would you like a little lullaby to assist you in your sleep? Go to sleep, la da 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 da. Have you going? Da, 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 da. Well, if you need any help sleeping, you just carry on watching. This program is certified, guaranteed, and it's now prescribed on the NHS at the wonderful fee of just £8.85 or whatever it is now, and it will guarantee to send you to sleep without any use of chemicals or pills. Here I am, saving the NHS money. That's what I do. Cambridge, you're moving to Cambridge. Thank you very much, Carl. That's a lovely, but we'll be joining the boat race, Carl. I reckon you've got muscles enough to pull those old boats along, wouldn't you, eh? There was this thing on the telly this morning on the BBC Breakfast about this company that's making boats out of recycled plastic. And it was fantastic. I was watching this and they pushed this boat in the water. Very good. What a wonderful use of old plastic. Although, I also, after I watched that, I did a little search for it. I didn't find it on the internet, the story. But it says on the BBC website a couple of weeks ago that plastic food pots and trays are often unrecyclable, says the councils. It says most of the plastic, not some, most of the plastic food containers that householders wash out after use and put in a recycling bin cannot actually be recycled. Why are we doing it then? And why can't it be recycled? It says the mixture of plastics used in many yoghurt pots, ready meal trays and other containers limits the ability of councils to recycle them. The local government association says that only a third can be recycled. The rest gets sent to landfill. I don't get it. I mean, we got our wheelie bins. We got a blue wheelie bin for recycling. And it definitely says on the top that, you know, yoghurt pots and certain other things can go in there. So we put them. What's the point of that then? Why don't they make stuff out of totally recyclable plastic? I don't get it. It says the local government association says that only a third of the stuff you chuck in there can be recycled. The rest gets sent to landfill. And it then says up to 80% of packaging could be made more recyclable. You see, I mean, it's all very well, you know, the old plastic milk bottle. Why don't we just go back to glass? Bloke used to come along every morning, put the bottles of milk down, then you'd use them and put the glass bottles back outside. Bloke would come and pick them up, i.e. the milkman, take them back to the depot where they would be washed and then reused again. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? Chucking all this plastic stuff away. Very strange. The British Plastics Federation said companies are working to use more recyclable containers and called for a financial initiative for manufacturers to use more recyclable plastics. So that presumably those plastic boats are only made out of some certain sorts of plastic as well then, and not those little yoghurt pots that I get. I get through one of those a day. Yoghurt pots. It's only one. Well, that's 7 a week. You know, that's 28 or whatever it is a month, 32 yoghurt pots a month. That's quite a size. And they're all going in the ground. I don't get it. Why are we putting this stuff in there then? Very, very strange and mysterious. Good morning to, the delightful Ferrell. Good morning, Ferrell. I see you uploaded a little video of all your bits and pieces. He's been singing at all the prides all around the country at the moment and talking of which I am proud of you for doing such a thing. Dancing around on that stage, dear, like you're still 18. I don't know. Morning, Farrell. Andy, good morning, Andy. Let's see. Childers Jason, good morning, Childers. He's in hospital at the moment since Tuesday. Send your prayers. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mate. Well, I hope you get better soon. Get well soon. I'd send you flowers, got no money in the kitty because I've been buying gadgets. I shall show you my latest gadget in a moment, boys and girls. He's got back surgery. Oh, my mate's got a lot of problems with his back and his legs and his lungs. Something else as well at the moment. I've got a little medical issue at the moment, which I'll tell you about. I will tell you about it very shortly. Morning to Christopher Ireland. Do you still pay for prescriptions down in England? Up here in Scotland, we are free. The prescriptions are chargeable. Yes, Christopher. However, I'm free. I'm free. If anyone wants to come round and do me, I'm not going to charge her. There you go. There's an offer you can't refuse. Hello to Tony Carroll, who's in Levin, New Zealand. I did shift work for 30 years, no more. Must be awful, Tony, doing shift work. I mean, you just don't. My mate's other half, he does shift work, and he doesn't know what time it is at any time, if you see what I mean. He tries to sleep during the day, and then sometimes it must be awful. I think you should do one or the other. You can either be a night worker or a day worker, but not the whole thing. I think it's really bad for your body doing it. And good job you gave it up, Tony. I think that's an early grave doing shift work, to be honest. Farrell says a lot of our recycling gets sold to China because we can't process it. Well, what do they do with it then? Or do we pay them to take it, I wonder? I wonder what they do. They might well pay us to take it with them. I think probably we pay them to take it away from us, don't they? Anyway, so new gadget arrived. My new fan heaters. Yes. Look at this. Look at this. Dimplex, market leader. We don't muck around with stuff like this because it could, you know what I mean? You get something that's an unknown brand. When it comes to something electrical, I'm a little bit funny with that. So here is my new fan heater. Now, you're wondering why there is a picture of a football on that, aren't you? Footy fan. This is for football fans. And the reason I got this one, because it was £3 less than the one that didn't have that on it. Now, work that out. I reckon this was obviously released for the World Cup. Ooh, let me yawn while I say the words World Cup. Football. Yeah, come on, up the Reds. Oh, God, can you think of anything more boring than football? They don't even come on a lovely stage with hosts and sparkle or nothing. They just go on some sort of little park, wherever they are in the world, and kick a ball about. No one's designed a stage or done nice lighting or wearing nice dress or hosting like the Eurovision Song Contest. Ba 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 ba. Now that is something we're interested in. The football. So that's the only reason I got this one was because they were selling those off cheap. Just like me. As I said, cheap. That's me. So it's got a thermostat on it there. Turn it on and off like that, and I tested it. This is for my carrot. I bought two. I bought two. Got a little handle. Now, I've got to admit, the handle is obviously to carry it around, but you know how stupid people are. You would put it like that. See? That's how you would position it on the floor. But you know how stupid people are. I mean, there's probably one or two of you on watching today. Stupid people. Am I right? Are you a stupid person? Are you? Well, you put this... I just think it's easy to put that down like that and turn it on. And that would be incorrect because the hot air comes out of there. It's good, isn't it? So you put that down. And I put it on yesterday just in the kitchen to see what it was like. My God, it wouldn't take long at all to heat a room up with one of these. And then it's got a thermostat so it'll turn itself on and off. Okay, while when the correct temperatures have been reached, and I think that's fantastic. And the reason I bought two of those, they're for the caravan. The caravans are by their very thing, colder than a house. Fan heaters heat up a room extremely quickly. I know this because my brother-in-law, Martin, put one in the bathroom. I didn't have any heating in the bathroom in the caravan. And I used it the other night, a couple of nights ago, when it was really, really cold in there. I'll just put that on for 10 minutes, put it on, went out, come back in. My God, the whole room was really hot and toasty. I mean hot. So that's why I bought 2 of these, so that it will heat the room up very quickly. Well, the idea is, once that's heated up, I'll just unplug that and put a normal heater on, which doesn't use so much electricity. But with the thermostat on this, I have a feeling you could probably leave this on. Because, of course, when the thermostat's clicked off, it's not using electricity anymore. Is it? Can't be. So, I don't see how these use more electricity with the thermostat on than a normal heater. Because it will come on and off to regulate the temperature of the room. Now, if you've got one without a thermostat, I get it. Then they will use a lot more electricity. So if, in a time period, if you've got this full on and you had it on for an hour, say, okay, and you had a normal heater on for an hour without a thermostat, they're going to use the same heat, aren't they? If they're both 2 kilowatts, which is what this is, 2 kilowatts. If they're both 2 kilowatts, then you have a 2 kilowatt item on for 1 hour. If they're both 2 kilowatts and they're both on for an hour, it's going to use the same electricity, surely. Surely that's the case. So I have a feeling I might just try these. I've got 2, as I say. One's for the bedroom and one's for the living room. Well, the living room's got a gas fire, so I might use that for something else. But I thought an excellent buy there. But I don't know where you can use them. I mean, if you read the instructions, right? I mean, where can you use these things? Look. Important safety notice. Do not use the heaters on deep pile carpets, long hair tight rugs, away from overhanging surfaces. Keep combustible materials such as drapes and furnishing clear from the front, sides and rear of the heater. Do not use the heater to dry your laundry. Do not use the heater in the immediate surroundings of a bath, a shower or a swimming pool. Do not place it directly above a fixed shower socket outlet. Do not overheat. Do not cover the heater. And it goes on and on. Do not cover or obstruct any way there. So where can you use it? Perhaps you're just supposed to put it on the shelf and not turn it on at all. So there's my new Dimplex fan heater, which I'm very, very pleased to show you this morning. Okay? Told you I had a nice new gadget to show you. The handle is in a terrible place. Stupid people will put that down. I know they will. They will put that down and turn it on. Now, knowing Dimplex, there'll be safety things in there, so it will just switch itself off because obviously the heat can't get out. But that is just silly how they've done that on there. Better not to have a handle at all, if you ask me. Isn't that mad? That is just so mad. Good morning to Mary Warren, morning non-Irish Mary from Ireland, joining us this morning, who are meeting up with for lunch next week, which I'm very much looking forward to. Something very light, Mary, because I'm bang on the Slimming World at the moment. 2 days of totally committed to Slimming World. I have £5 to lose. Thank you very much. Due to too many ice creams and chips in the summer months. It's Skegness that's doing it. Skegness. Chris says, see, as you love Amazon, sign up for the Amazon business. As you are self-employed, you get a VAT invoice and products are cheaper. I don't earn enough to make VAT, Christopher. You'll be very surprised to hear. I don't earn enough for VAT at all, I'm afraid. No, people often think the cash is pouring in here, and it's not. It's not. It really isn't. All right. Christina, didn't know you were such a football fan. No, I hate it, Christina. You know I hate Christina. Ben does day shifts and night shifts, but in 1 month of days and 1 month of nights. 2 days off every week, but sleeping at different times of the day is a bit of an issue. Yes, that's what I say. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you do that shift work. It's a bit much, isn't it? John says it would trip via a thermal overload if you placed it facing down on the floor. Yes, I'm sure it would. But you never know. Things stopped working. Things do stop working, don't they, though, John? You know, what if the thermal thing doesn't work? It could happen, couldn't it? Hello to Dimitar. Good morning, Dimitar. And Colin's there as well. Colin is the world's best dancer and will perform for you each and every week at the City of Quebec pub in London doing his dancing. All right. Now, let's have... Oh, I've got a case for my... This is why I went out yesterday. I've got a new case for my recently repaired iPad 4. Mini iPad. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Look at that colour. Don't you love that? And it's got a screen thing on there as well. It's got a screen protector that the little Asian man did for me, who works just around the corner. They didn't have any screen protectors in Apple, so I went to the little Asian man. He's got like a little... What do you call it? Like a little desk in the middle of the Oracle shopping centre in Reading. And he put that on by hand. £15 for that thing on there. And there's the case. And it's got a little hook there. I wondered what that was for first. I could hang it up here and watch myself, couldn't I, while I'm doing the show? I mean, why wouldn't you? And it can stand up like that, you see. Look, that's good, isn't it? Can you see that there? Yeah, you can see. Look at that. Isn't that good? So I'm quite pleased with that. So that's all nice and protected now. My mini iPad, hopefully, if it gets dropped again, which is unlikely, but if it does, hopefully this time it won't suddenly, smash the screen or something like that, costing me vast sums of money. Awful. Good. Good morning to Co. Welcome to the show, Co. So I went swimming yesterday. We came back here, had a little bit of lunch. I did Slimming World chips yesterday. I did that, and what else did I have? I had a couple of Quorn burgers, I think I had yesterday. As I say, been back on the Slimming World now for 2 days. Not cheating at all, so I would imagine I've already lost weight. You're only supposed to really weigh yourself once a week. I do get to the point where I'm doing it every day, and you shouldn't do that. So I haven't weighed myself either for 2 days. Last time I weighed myself was Monday when I got back from my sisters, and I was 12 stone 7. As I told you, I've no point in lying to you. I've kind of got off the Slimming World at the moment. I've got off. What's the word? Gone off the rails a bit. So I need to get back on that immediately. Well, I have been back on it strictly now for 2 days. So that's probably £2 that I've lost. Probably. 1.5 to £2 I reckon I've lost. But I don't want to weigh myself until next Tuesday. So next Tuesday will be the day when I'm also meeting up with non-Irish Mary from Ireland for afternoon lunch. But it have to be something light, Mary. Perhaps a tin of baked beans and a jacket potatoes, something like that. No butter. So I got my Apple screen and case. We went to Reading after that. They delivered that. Now, I've been bitten. Now, look, I don't know if you can see the difference between my two hands. Can you see the difference on this hand? I've been bitten. Now, the reason I was bitten, because I did nighttime gardening the other night. I say nighttime. It wasn't quite black, but I decided to mow my grass the other night at about 8 o'clock. Isn't it dark now? Isn't it dark at 8 o'clock at night now? Have you noticed how quickly it gets dark? So 8 o'clock, it's almost pitch black out there. So I decided to cut my grass. And I was aware of a few flies landed on me, and you kind of brushed them off quickly, didn't you? But I did get bitten. Now, I don't usually have this reaction. Yeah, you can see it now. Don't usually have that reaction. But this hand, no, you can't. You can't. I don't know if you can see that or not. This hand here is the one that was bitten, okay? There's a bite there. Now, I thought I only had one bite, okay? But there's another couple on the same side of the arm. There must have been a cluster. I do like that word, a cluster. There must have been a cluster of insects attacking me, boys and girls. So, right, you in the Philippines, you're used to those sort of things, aren't you? Nasty little biting away at your skin. So I was bitten a couple of times. Anyway, I didn't think anything more of it. Got a little bit itchy, but this 2 days later now. This is 2 days later. It's come up and it's raised. Now, what's the word? Inflamed? What's the word? Can't think of the word, but it's the skin's come up, so it's like someone's injected a load of Botox underneath there, and I've put some cream on it, which seemed to work, kind of took the itching down a bit, but not altogether. Now, yesterday, it was very hot. Is it still hot? Yeah, it's still warmer. It's warmer than this side, and the skin is raised. Slightly raised, like someone's put a load of Botox in it. So last night, my mate, I was telling my mate on the phone last night, he brought round an antihistamine tablet. So I went to bed last night. I got to bed last night about 12:30, and I took the antihistamine tablet, and I think it does certainly doesn't feel as itchy as it did yesterday. So hopefully nothing else is going to go wrong there. But if you look, I think you can. If I do that, right, can you see that hand has got more wrinkles than that hand? Can you see where it's swollen? Yeah, you can see it now. You can see that. Can you see how that one's swollen? Look, that one has got the veins sticking through. That one hasn't. The whole hand has become swollen with that. So hopefully that'll be all right. You know, if I die tonight or sometime today, that it will be the cause of a fly. Isn't it amazing how such a tiny thing, like with the mosquitoes and malaria? People, hundreds of millions of people die from that, don't they? Malaria caused by a tiny little fly poking its beak into your skin. Frightening, really, isn't it, when you think about it? All that business. While I was in Reading, we went into House of Fraser, which, as you well know, has just been bought by Sports Direct. And I wanted a new frying pan because I've noticed eggs keep sticking to the bottom of my frying pan. And it's most annoying. You look like you've got that nice egg, and then it's stuck, and then the yolk breaks. Don't you hate that? And omelettes keep sticking to the bottom. I've probably got the damn thing up too high. That's why that is. But it doesn't happen at the caravan. I've got a different frying pan in my caravan. It doesn't happen there. So I went and I bought a T-fowl frying pan. Bargain. Only £30. Not heavy. It's really heavy. Very heavy, this thing. It's got the black inside it. So I bought that, complete with 10-year guarantee. Oh, yes. Which I tested last night, actually. Last night I had 3 eggs, actually. I had 3 eggs, and I had baked beans and Quorn sausages. There's no fat in Quorn sausages. And I know that for a fact, and they tell you there's no fat in it. If you put them in a George Foreman grill and turn it on and cook them, you know that little tray at the bottom, what's supposed to collect the fat? Nothing. In fact, you take them out, you know that the thing that you've just grilled them in, you don't even have to wipe it. It's absolutely dry as a bone, which is incidentally an excellent group, and you should buy all their music, Dry as a Bone. So very, very good. So I had that, and I tested out my new frying pan. So I've put the eggs in there, and they're bubbling away they are. Then I went to the drawer. Guess what? Haven't got a plastic thing, have I? Or a wooden one. It's metal. And I thought, oh, you don't want to use that on your new £30 frying pan, dear. So I got a plastic, not a ladle, but like a plastic, like large spoon that you would stir stews and things like that in. So I used that, to just move the eggs around a little bit so that I wouldn't get stuck to the bottom. But yes, so I bought a new frying pan yesterday. Paul says, I get bitten by mozzies all the time here, Chris. I'm very allergic to the venom. I think venom, there's a good word. Venom. There was some venom on the television yesterday. I'll come to that in a minute. This is all tying up nicely. It's all coagulating together, this programme today, isn't it? Oh, I don't like them. Only on cold winter days am I safe outside. Yeah, there might be polar bears, though, Paul. Be careful, dear. If it's not the mosquitoes, it's the polar bears that will get you. They will eat you. You will be eaten. Christina, I stepped on the scales yesterday, not pleased, so I might give the Slim World diet books a go. Yeah, do, Christina. It works. Philip says, I wish I was 12 stone 7. We must get back down to that, dear. I must get back down to 12 stone. I'm allowed to go to 12 stone 3. I'm 12 stone 7 at the moment, or at least I was 2 days ago. Maybe not at the moment. Morning to Martin Edwards, who's in Northampton. Good morning, Martin. Welcome to our show. Thank you, John. A spatula. A spatula. That's the thing I've got there. A spatula. Weird citizen. If you fail your way in, you can always blame your massive hand. Yeah, that's what it is. It's putting on weight. That must be worth 3 stone as it is. The massive hand. Has your mower got headlamps? No. No, I'm quite good at seeing in the dark. I should call 111. What you reckon for that? For my swollen hand? I think it's just irritated, really. I'm sure it'll be all right. Weird Citizen, we need a live weigh-in. I'll give you a live weigh-in if you want next Tuesday or Monday. I do it Monday because I'm out Tuesday morning. I've got a little hospital appointment Tuesday morning. But I'll do a live weigh-in for you on Monday. How's that? Now, do you want me to set up a camera on the blooming scales? That'd be... Well, that won't be too difficult, I suppose. Or will you just trust me to tell you the truth? I always tell you the truth. I'm not a politician, dear. I'm not going to spin it. I'll tell you it exactly as it is. John reckons these heaters are made in China under license. Well, maybe so. Maybe so. But Dimpex is kind of got a very good name, so I'll probably leave it like that. Christina's got several kitchen outlet stores in Portsmouth. Oh, have you? Oh, okay. I could have got something from in there, couldn't I? So I've got my new, as I say, my new frying pan, which I tested out last night. Then we went to Tesco's, and I wanted just a few bits and pieces in there. They've got no frozen onions left. I mean, shock horror. I'm actually going to have to cut up an onion manually. It's actually really cheap. I don't know if you've noticed that. Girls, you'll know this. It's really cheap to buy frozen vegetables. And apparently, they're just as good as if you was to buy them in the shop and chop them up yourself. I mean, you get a great big bag of frozen carrots from Tesco's for £1. The same with the onions. Frozen red onions, £1. Although they're in a really strange packet in Tesco's. You can't find them. You say to the boy, or girl, where's the frozen onions? And they take it. Oh, it doesn't look like a frozen onion. Don't ask me what a frozen onion packet should look like, but it doesn't look like the ones are in Tesco's. Anyway, they didn't have any. No frozen onions. So I got me frozen carrots, but no frozen onions because I'm cheating a little bit with my cooking at the moment. I'm using a lot of frozen veg, especially if it's in the slow cooker. How easy you just open the packet and chuck it in. And honestly, I don't think it's any dearer. In fact, it's probably cheaper, unless you go to Aldi, than buying fresh and cutting them up yourself. Who wants to cut up onions? Oh, that crying and all that, dear. Don't it sting? Oh, it's horrible, that is. So that's it. Ronnie had trouble with the self-service checkout. Virtually every time, or he says this. He says, every time he puts something through and put it in the bag. Oh, there is an undisclosed item in the checkout area. Please remove this item and try again. Kept happening. And strangely enough, it was a nice young boy who was operating the self-service tills who he just happened to keep calling over. So in the end, I said, look, mate, in a loud voice so that everyone could hear. Look, why don't you try and be a direct and ask him out rather than keep asking him over to pretend that there's something wrong with your scales? We do like to embarrass friends. Although the lad wasn't embarrassed at all. Young people aren't embarrassed at all by things like that. This is just a normal thing to them. Normal thing to have gay people like me walking around in the street holding hands. Unfortunately, there's no one to hold hands with me. Now and again, my mate will grab my hand or arm in the street. Just to create a little bit of excitement with passers-by. But I mean, can you imagine holding the hand of someone your own age? How embarrassing is that? I mean, you've got to be at least 15 years younger if you want to hold my hand. I'm sorry, that's how it is. That is how it is. Oh dear. So that was it. Came back here, had a sleep. As I say, I'd done my dinner, corn, sausages, eggs. And then I came upstairs and I worked for 2.5 hours on something. What did I work on? We have a new closing film, boys and girls. I've created a new closing film. I thought I'd better update it. What's the closing film? It's the little bit of film. It's about a minute long that I play right at the end to say goodbye and all that. Goodbye, everyone, and then we run the film. So I worked for 2.5 hours on that last night, and it's all done, and you're going to see that at the end of the show. How exciting is that for you? This will be the highlight of your day. And the result of many hours of hard labour last night, sitting here in the Mirable studio with all my technical bits and pieces. A brand new closing film. The other one was I think about 2 years old now. So you've got to keep everything updating. Because, of course, you always see my family in there. Nieces, nephews, great nieces, great nephews, and they all grow up, especially the really young ones. Like baby James is now, it's a year now since that video was put on there. So he's, grown enormously. I think the biggest grower is that the right word there? The biggest grower? No, that's incorrect expression. The person growing the fastest seems to be great nephew George. He's got so tall. He seems to be the one who's growing up quickest at the moment. But that changes, doesn't it? Actually, looking at me at the moment, I've never grown up. Why would you ever want to grow up? Don't become a grown-up. They're so boring. They're so boring. They won't have a laugh or do anything. Have you been to an adult party? Have you been to one of those? Oh, God. They all sit around there talking politics and how much bloody money they've all got. How uninteresting. Oh, no. If you've got a children's party, invite me round. Jelly and ice creams and Ludo and snakes and ladders and cakes and crisps. That's what we want. Go to an adult party. Oh, would you like a glass of champagne? No, I want a jelly and cakes, please. Don't grow up, boys and girls. It's just so boring. I'm 55 now. I never grew up, and I'm not going to. And that's it. So, up doing the closing video, and that's it, really. As I say, Ronnie came around with some antihistamine tablets, and I've had one of those, and it's certainly not as itchy as it was last night. It was awful last night. Awful. Let's just go back there. Thank you. Weird Citizen will trust me to tell you the exact weight I am. So as I say, on Monday I weighed myself. I was 12 stone 7. I'm hoping next Monday 654. Let's go for 4. I'm hoping to be 12 stone 4 on Monday. That's 3 pounds. That's a good amount to lose in a week. It's actually probably a little bit more than you want to lose, but I'd like to be 3 pounds lighter by Monday. So we'll see how we do with that. Okay, so that'll be early Monday. It'll be about 9 o'clock one with you on Monday morning. Okay, Sharon Butler, good morning, sister. Who says fresh veg is cheap too, brother? Well, it is up there where you are, Sharon. In Lincolnshire, no need to go to a supermarket. Because all these people grow their own veg. And what do? They literally, this is in Lincolnshire, you can be driving along the little roads in Lincolnshire. I mean, how fresh is, and outside the front of someone's house might be a little table, and it will say, fresh carrots, £1 for £10 or something like that. And you either go to the house, knock, hello, can I buy some of your carrots, please? And she'll give you a load of carrots. Or sometimes they just leave it outside on a table. Put your money here and there'll be a little glass jar or something. You just put your pound in there, take your carrots. Same with potatoes. I've seen carrots, potatoes, runner beans, cabbages, cauliflowers, all sitting on little tables outside someone's house. Not like here. Probably the cheapest place for vegetables here is, I would imagine, Aldi, actually. They're pretty good value. They really are. Christina, a kilogram of fresh carrots costs 49p at the Tesco here. Oh, I don't know how much is in that bag. That's probably a kilo, isn't it? But of course, they're all chopped up. They're all chopped up and washed. You literally just put them in the pan. It's a bit lazy, really. Good morning. Adam's a bit late. He's going to have to watch it on rewind. Well, I might delete it. Before you even get to it. By the way, Adam, if you're watching it on rewind, I must warn you, the countdown gets stuck. I don't know how that happened, but it got stuck. Weird Citizen, is the music the same or no? The music is the same. The music is the same on the closing video, okay? Paul, my husband is 7 years younger. Toy buys are the only way. Yeah, but I can't find one, Paul. Can't find one. There's no one for me in this life, I keep telling you. Want someone about sort of between the age of 32 and 45 would do me. That would do me. Adrian, what type of adult parties have you been? This one's a bit boring. I know what you mean, you naughty man. Adult parties where they keep getting you a drink and talking about politics. Boring. Thank you, Shane. I tried to look as smart as possible. Got my favourite shirt on. Adam's put on £0.5 this week. Oh, Adam. Philip Dove is 18 stone. Yeah, but are you happy at 18 stone, Philip? If you are, then all well and good. If you're not, then do something about it. The calendar will not be changing tomorrow. That is incorrect. That is incorrect, Paul. There's another day. Look, the 31st is tomorrow. The calendar changes on Saturday, not tomorrow. There you go, trying to point out something that's wrong, and you're wrong yourself. How stupid can you be? Dear me. Colin says I should sack my agent. I haven't got one, Colin. Are you not liking my show then? Simple. Click off. Click off like that. Thank you. Good. Some more news stories then. Now, look at this. Dyson. Dyson are going to gear up for electric cars. They're ready to test. Oh, yes. Dyson. Oh, that'd be wonderful, that would. Dyson. I trust his products, don't you? Although I wouldn't buy a Dyson Hoover. I've seen Dyson Hoovers for like 500 quid. Are you for real? Who spends 500 quid on a Hoover? I don't care how good they are. That's outrageous. £500 for a Hoover. Anyway, Dyson has unveiled plans for a 10-mile test track in Wiltshire, where its new electric cars will be put through their paces. That's fantastic. Dyson, we trust the name Dyson, don't we? The track and other facilities are part of a plan to start selling a radical electric car from 2021. Not long. It's not going to be long now before we have these electric cars, is it? I gather, I've been looking, I really want an electric car next. I really do. The only thing is, where my house is and where my garage are two different places. Now, the garage isn't a million miles away. From my house to my garage is about a 20-second walk, but it's in a block. And there's no electricity in that, so I don't know how that would work. You couldn't have a cable coming out of my house and then going over the pavement across the road to my car. That's just not feasible. So I don't know whether they. I did a little bit of investigation, and I think it's Southern Electric, Southeastern, Scottish, one of those anyway. I wrote to them. I said, if you don't have an electrical point in the garage already, then they have to put one in, and it would be a new supply because it can't come from the house. That would be a separate supply, cost about £2,500 to have an electrical point put into the garage because it has to be a different supply. You see, from the one here, or whether they could take it from here, I don't know. I didn't inquire about that. Perhaps I should re-inquire and say, well, can you take it from the house? I think they have to go to the nearest point where there's another cable, where there's a flat, which isn't mine, directly above the garage. So presumably they take it, they cut into the wire somewhere like that. But it's £2,000. On the other hand, it's a hell of a lot cheaper than buying petrol, isn't it? It says the company, Dyson, best known for its vacuum cleaners, and they're not Hoovers either, vacuum cleaners. Hoover's a brand, isn't it? Yeah. Vacuums and domestic appliances, bought the disused airfield 2 years ago. Dyson has already renovated 2 hangars built at the site. And it says it's going to become a world-class vehicle testing campus. So Dyson are getting in on the act as well. And I think they'll probably do it. I think they could kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. Now, you've seen, certainly not in Lincolnshire, but certainly in London, how dirty and disgusting the roads get. Because disgusting, dirty people just chuck their stuff out the window. I've been on driving before, and suddenly the car in front, all this McDonald's stuff comes straight out the window. Why are people like that? Why are they so just disgusting and awful like that? So maybe they could do a Dyson car to hoover the road at the same time as it's driving you along. What an excellent idea that is. I shall write immediately to Mr. Dyson and suggest that to him. Paul, wait till you see the price of an electric car in £2,500 for a connection will seem cheap. Electric cars coming out next year, Paul. Type in electric cars 2019 and you'll see a few there for about 30 grand. Which is roughly what mine is. I've got a Toyota RAV4. So 30 grand is obviously not, not to hand over 30 grand, but on one of those PCP things or whatever it is where you pay so much a month, that might well be doable, that electric car like that. But I'd love an electric car. Adam, there's a way you do it with the electricity to your garage. Call me after. How would I get a cable from my house to the garage, Adam? Oh, I shall be very interested to hear that, Adam. I shall call you after, not immediately. Okay, not immediately. What's the time? 10:10. Okay. So you can't become a Hoover then. Ooh. Adrian, haven't seen Dyson, who works at Central Station. Who's Dyson? Philip, trying my hardest. What diet are you on? Slimming World. Slimming World. I swear by Slimming World. There's a lot of people that watch this show now, and I know who now have done Slimming World. None of them have failed. I don't consider, although I'm out of my target range at the moment, I haven't failed. I'm back on it now. I'm back on that thing. I've got it. You've got to get into the mindset of wanting to be on it. When those trousers, because my trousers were starting to feel a bit tight and I was starting to feel a bit lethargic. That's the other thing you notice when you lose weight. Some of the things you don't realise. My asthma completely disappeared, almost completely. I don't feel so tired all the time. I sleep better at night. And my clothes fit better. So there's a lot to be said for losing weight. Right, Andy. Andy, did you hear about the Kim Woodburn and Nolene thing yesterday? Yes, and that was the other thing I was going to talk about today. Don't know if any of you saw it. Loose women. Now, I'm not a fan of loose women. I'm really not a fan of loose women. I never watch it. However, it's been in the papers, and you can see all the videos. Yesterday's loose women included Kim Woodburn. Now, Kim Woodburn is someone on the telly. She's done cleaning programs, and she is very, very entertaining. She comes across as your nan that won't be taking any prisoners. She will tell you how it is, the same as I do. I tell you how it is. We don't hold back. We just tell you exactly how it is. If I think something's disgusting, I will tell you. If I think something's politically correct and stupid, I will tell you. To the point of let's think. Why make such a big thing out of Doctor Who now being a female? Why is that such a big thing? It's just another actor. To me, it's just another actor. Why do you blow these things out of all proportion? The James Bond thing. Oh wow, we're going to have a black James Bond. No, we're not. We're going to have a James Bond. Why make something out of the fact that it's black? Makes no difference to me. We need to be colourblind, and that sort of thing. Do you get it? Do you get it? She will tell you also exactly how it is. The story in The Sun this morning. Kim Woodburn emotionally demanded loose women fire Colleen Nolan after her disgusting ambush live on air yesterday. Now, I saw this, not live. I've been watching the videos as posted by people. I will tweet this. Don't forget, my Twitter is Chris Reardon UK. All right, twitter.com/Chris Reardon UK. So let's just tweet that. There we are. I've tweeted that for you to watch later. She's 76-year-old Kim, and she walked off the show yesterday in tears after she believed Colleen Nolan and her sister Linda were mocking her when she started talking about the abuse she endured growing up. Kim made the comments in reference to her experience in the Celebrity Big Brother house, which I never saw that, of course, I don't watch that crap, when she claimed Colleen, 53, and her co-stars had bullied her. Speaking exclusively to The Sun Online in her only interview about the incident, Kim says, "I was ambushed. It was disgusting. It was like a circus and I was there for some cruel entertainment. I want Colleen and her sister fired." They could have stopped that show. The one who had the ear mic could have stopped it, but they did nothing to curb it. I was shown cruelty again by that woman. I'm embarrassed once again, and I've cried on TV once again. And I saw this. I actually saw this on the telly yesterday, and it was you had to see it to believe it. I can't believe they allowed it to go out, to be honest. But you know what TV people are like? They will do anything now. Anything now to get a reaction. Anything to increase the amount of viewers. And it's awful television. Yes, I watched it and I thought, I can't believe this is happening. The story goes on, I do go at people if they go for me. Yeah, and so you should do, my darling. I hope I never live to see the day when a human being in her 50s and her sister could mock a lady sobbing on TV. And believe me, they were awful. It was awful. Kim will tell you how it is. I'll tell you how it come across to me, and I don't know any of these people, but Kim will tell you who it is. The other two let you see what they want you to see. Do you see what I mean? And I think that's the case there. Anyway, it's in all the papers this morning. In the Daily Mirror, slightly different slant on this. And it says, while she was off screen, Colleen whispered, because the microphones picked her up, whispered, we get this every day with her. Or we got this every day in the Big Brother household when she was crying and when Kim was crying and being quite emotional. The camera then panned round to show Colleen putting down her cup of tea. She then appeared to turn to Janet Street's put a direction before adding, she's going to cry in a minute. Colleen seemingly forgot that her microphone was picking up every word she said. Kim didn't appear to hear the remarks as she carried on speaking without making a comment. However, Kim then lashed out at Linda Robson when she put a comforting arm around her. Don't be two-faced, she shouted as she slapped Linda's hand away. The audience gasped. Oh, I shouldn't do that. The audience gasped when Colleen held out her arms in disbelief at what had just happened. Even Janet Street Porter, who was dressed in judge robes, clutching a wooden gavel, looked stunned. I watched this. It's on the video. It's all in the papers to say. Today, a few minutes later, she left the panel branding Colleen a con artist and lying trash. You're lying trash. That's what she called her as she walked out. The show went to a break, after which Colleen revealed that Kim was with members of the backstage team and they hadn't wanted the interview to end like that. Linda remarked, I'm shaking. It was just like the Jeremy Kyle show. So do try and pick that up in one of the newspapers, boys and girls. The whole thing is there for all to see. All right, and you can make up your own minds with that one. All right. Good morning to Tracy Clifford. There's my niece, Tracy Clifford. Hope you're well this morning. I see is the hairdresser's closed again? Anyway, awful television, boys and girls. Right. Weird City Citizen said Kim made herself look bad. Okay. Thank you very much. Social media John, Kim Woodburn for PM. Yeah, well, she tells you how it is. I quite like her. I'm sorry. I do like her very much. You know, and when people are a little bit mouthy like that, you don't necessarily have to agree with them to like them. It's the same with everyone. You don't always have to agree with someone to like them. Where would we be if we all just all agreed with each other all the time? That would be stupid, wouldn't it? I was saying about the whole politics thing a few weeks ago. You know, I like Theresa May. I don't like everything she does. I will sit here and say that to her. But generally, I think, yeah, she's all right. I love the picture of her dancing with the Africans. That was fantastic. But she has a real problem moving around. And I was talking to my mate about this the other day. I think it must because she got one of the diabetes, isn't she? Type 1 or 2. I don't know which one. But she certainly does have a lot of trouble moving. I wouldn't want her job for all the money in the world. But I don't agree with everything she says. There are people who would take someone, for example, Theresa May, and agree with, whatever she says is great. Now, there are people I know, I personally know people who are Jeremy Corbyn fans, who absolutely, totally, 100%, if he says it, then it's right. How can you be like that? There is stuff, believe it or not, that I like that Jeremy Corbyn says. I do like some of what he says. But I disagree with him more than I disagree with Theresa May. Do you see what I mean? So you kind of align yourself with the person who you agree with the most, even if it's just by a tiny bit. that's who you're going to go with, isn't it? You see what I mean? How someone can agree with every single thing that someone says is really beyond me and a bit weird, if you don't mind me saying so. Except, of course, with me, whereas I just know for a fact that you agree with every little single thing I say, don't you? Andy, he says, and me, Chris, I just love Kim Woodburn. She is entertainment. She is. She's a normal woman, and she just tells you how it is. Paul says she used to clean toilets on Channel 4's Kim and Aggie. She says it all. Yeah, I watched her on that as well. They were good on that programme. They don't like each other, do they? They had some sort of row. Never mind. Right, get ready. We've got a brand new closing video coming up in a second. Okay, brand new. You will see it for the first time today live here on United Kingdom Talk after today's birthdays. Here we go, boys and girls. And happy birthday today. There's only 4 today. To a very, very, very dear friend of mine, Charlotte. Charlotte, also known as MC Driweave. She was a DJ at the Royal Vauxhall Tavern. And her and her friend Joy were the first people to welcome me into the Black Cap in 1989 when I started there. And I've kept contact with her all these years. I used to DJ for her, then she became a DJ, big time DJ actually, in a club. And she's such a wonderful person. Charlotte, I gather she moved to Gran Canaria and did some work there. I think she's moved back. I haven't spoken to her for a few weeks, but I think she's moved back there, and I would love to meet up with you, Charlotte. So happy birthday to my lovely Charlotte, all right? Paul Bohill, you'll know Paul Bohill. He's on the programme Can't Pay, Well Take It Away. He's the really nice bloke. Grey hair, glasses. He's 74 years old today. You'll know him from that television programme. He's very, very fair. And I've got to be honest, once I stopped watching that programme, Can't Pay, Well Take It Away, my opinion of bailiffs completely changed after watching it. I thought they used really nasty people, but actually they will try their best. They've got a job to do, and they do it as best they can. And I think he's a decent bloke, as most of the... There's one bloke on there I don't like. Fat bloke with a pimple on his face and glasses. We don't like him. He's very bolshy. I'm not keen on him. But the older blokes on there, Paul and the other bloke he works with, who used to be security at Heaven in London, the other bloke, and I can't remember the life of me what his name is for now. But happy birthday to Paul Bohill, 74 years old today, and we love your programme. Can't Pay, We'll Take It Away. Bradley Watts, good morning, Bradley. That's a nice new photo of you there, I must say, this morning. Good morning, Bradley. Happy birthday to you on this Thursday. And Paul Barton, who I saw a couple of weeks ago, he pitched up at Central Station. I think you did sing a couple of songs, didn't you, Paul? Happy birthday for you. He's raising money for his birthday for the British Heart Foundation. He's trying to raise 50 quid. He's got about a fiver so far. So if you want to donate to that, just go through my friends list on Facebook, facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK. All right, facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK. Go for my friends list, look for Paul Barton, and if you click on his name, you'll be able to donate money for the British Heart Foundation. I like to give all the charities that various people are, if there's people raising money for various charities, a little mention as well. Good morning to Bernadette. Morning, Bernadette. She lives up in Lincolnshire as well. She's family. Watching. She's going out soon. Well, I better finish then, hadn't I? Let me just sing happy birthday to you first. Here we go. Not you, but the other people whose birthdays it is. Hang on. There it is. Here it is. Here it is. Oh, hang on a minute. Something's gone wrong. Something's gone wrong. One moment. I've got to mute that. There we are. Mute that. One moment. Here we go. Let's try again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. There we are. Enjoy your birthdays, boys and girls, and enjoy your Thursday. Thank you very much for joining us on the show today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye-bye now.